Hello, this is the RPG Crawler, and welcome to another Indie Game Friday, where each week I take a look at a different independent role-playing game. This week we're going to take a look at Pyre, the newest game from Supergiant Games as of this recording. It's an action RPG that was released on Steam on July 25th, 2017, and is currently available for $19.99 US. For those who don't know, Supergiant Games are behind such hits as Bastion and Transistor. They are known for lovely art styles and wonderful music and sound design. Pyre marries that with a branching storyline as well as an almost ball game feeling combat/ritual system. The game starts with a trio of outcast travelers in the downside, discovering the player's character and then taking them on as part of their team. The player is then found to be a reader, someone who can read the mystical books that describe how each team can ascend back to where they originated. Each character in the downside is presumed to be a criminal or an unwanted one, cast down from some celestial place. From there, you are introduced to the elements that make the game up in an ordered fashion. The game consists of the story segments, in which you select different branches for exploration or interaction in a visual novel-style format, party management, in which you may upgrade different character abilities and equip them with talismans to improve their statistics, trading, in which you exchange items with a slug merchant, and finally, combat. The bulk of the story is revealed through the visual novel-style system, where you can interact with party members, enter your wagon and interact with items, and so on. While interacting with these items and party members, or from time to time while traveling from one story section to another, you are presented with choices which can affect the story, as well as provide certain bonuses and certain exchanges. Sometimes these choices are presented as selections of responses in conversation, sometimes as changes en route, and sometimes as vocations or downtime choices, but the mechanism between them is very similar throughout. Between each write or main storyline match, you also select the next star, which determines your overall path. Over time, you acquire different characters, each with their own backstories and abilities, and each character earns experience by participating in the rites or through other combat scenarios. As they reach certain milestones, they can select an ability between two different trees, which either modifies their current abilities or possibly gives them new ones. Combat consists of either rites or combat scenarios that use similar mechanics to the rites. Each rite is a 3-on-3 match where you select 3 members of your party to match off against their opponents. The rite plays out like a ball game, where you can move each of the 3 characters around, and the objective is to get the celestial ball into the other team's pyre, partially extinguishing it. The team who completely extinguishes their opponent's pyre is considered the winner. The active character can move around, attempt to sprint or use similar movement, jump or dodge, or switch to another character. While they do not have the sphere, the characters project an aura around them, and when an opposing character enters the aura, they are banished, only to return after a short time. The radius of each aura varies from character to character based on their abilities, and may be gathered up and thrown in order to be used offensively. Picking up the ball, so to speak, removes the character's aura. The ball may be passed from character to character, thrown into an enemy's pyre, just thrown in general, or physically taken into the opponent's pyre. Between this, the various dodge and sprint mechanics allowed, it can be a very interesting sort of conflict. Non-rite combats use similar abilities, but may not include the actual celestial ball. In addition, from time to time, certain additional objectives may come up, such as gathering up certain items or performing a certain move a certain number of times. Graphically and musically, this game is gorgeous, as have been all of the offerings from Supergiant Games. I find the storyline behind this one to be somewhat more interesting than prior offerings personally, but your mileage may vary. It has mouse and keyboard support as well as full controller support, and I found that either one was quite solid. In terms of presentation, it just does not get much better than this. The main problem is going to be in the limitation of the combat styles and the limitation of choices. By converting the RPG section of this RPG into a visual novel style, even a reasonably complex one, it does seem to limit the scope of overall exploration and makes the game seem more like a narrative story. Further, the fact that most of the combat is based on the ball game-like right system, if you don't like that idea, then the entire segment of the game is going to fall through for you. There's some tactical and strategic decisions to make when entering one of these combats, but I can see where this can get somewhat old relatively quickly and really doesn't have quite as much depth as some hardcore tactical RPGs might provide. Still, for a light, slick action RPG that's got excellent polish, I still have to recommend this one. Pyre is a joy to look at, and there's actually quite a bit of lore that can be unlocked and accessed during play. As always, the art and music is a big selling point, and I for one found that the system was quite fun once you got used to it. At $19.99, the price is just about right as well, at least in my opinion. Although if you've got any qualms about that, it might be worth waiting for a sale. And on that note, I'll go ahead and call it here. This has been the RPG Crawler with Indie Game Friday Pyre. If you like what you've seen, remember to leave a like, comment if you got feedback, and subscribe for more RPG content. If you want to help support the channel, remember to check out my Patreon at patreon.com/rpgcrawler. Until next time, take care and goodbye.